Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Near and far, wherever you are, for me, it is Friday morning. Friday, that means we are in my storage garage number 1. Oh, and I have a good surprise for you. Let's see. Hello, I am Julie, and I am a longtime picker, thrifter, buyer, seller of vintage, antiques, uniques, secondhand, and pre-loved items. And I come to my garages. Friday I'm here in garage 1. Tuesdays I'm in garage number 2, and I handpick some items to show you before I get them put in my car to get cleaned up, photographed, and put into my eBay store. My eBay store is ATTIC TREASURES FLEA MARKET. And what I have here today is a LOBSTER FEST. Yes, you are invited to my LOBSTER FEST. Figuratively, of course. I'm going to hand pick a whole bunch of items for my eBay store that are lobster themed. Let's see, it's mid-June, so it's not quite summer yet, but it is. The summer, either visitors or residents, those who spend time at their cabins or lodges or camps, have already begun to arrive. Traffic shows it. I live on Deer Isle, and for perspective, I guess you could say I'm halfway between Camden and Bar Harbor. I'm in a quieter zone, although don't get me wrong. Believe me, we have our share of tourists, but we're nothing like the crazy south part of Maine. So, have you ever visited Maine? I encourage you to. From now until, say, August, it's the top tourist season. And what would be, oh goodness, if you live here in Maine or you visit Maine, you have to be thinking Lobster Fest. So I poured myself a cup of coffee. I'm not offering these cups quite yet. I'll probably offer them in an upcoming episode, but I ask you to join me. And I hope you enjoy my Lobster Fest. Okay, let's get started. Oops, first and foremost, I'm gonna head to the back here and get this bucket. This is a big ceramic lobster bucket. With a nice handle. And I'll take that out. It's inside. It's nice and clean. And wow, you could put a few lobsters in this one. Let's see. I'll show you the bottom, and then I'll read the tag for you. Hopefully it'll come in nice and clear. I had come upon a lot of these items about a year or so ago. Have sold very many of them, but I do have a few left. And it's the April Cornell for Silvestri. And yeah, it is made in China, but we'll let that run. We'll let that ride. Anyway, this is one of her products. It's just, it's wonderful. I guess it's April Cornell for Silvestri Demdaco. And again, I guess that's a crab. Oh, okay. So there's a little mix there. Crab and lobster. So that is one. And then a few others that are made by the same maker. I have, these are wine and dine plates. They are just handsome. I'll show you the bottom. Maker marks, tag. And you know, let me show you one for, I need to find a wine glass. Guess we can find this one. So you take your wine and dine plate and you put your wine glass right there. Hence, wine and dine. I love these. These are great. I had sold several of them, and I have 2 remaining wine and dine plates. Okay, I gotta put this glass back. Ooh, it's humid here in Maine. When it's humid, it's hot. Okay, I have, let's see, these are hot water cups. There are 2 of them. They have an embossed lobster on both sides. And they're precious. They are good. Made by the same April Cornell for Silvestri. And then, well, you have to have your hot butter, your melted butter, and that's what this is. This is your little butter cup with a inviting lobster there for you. Makes you want to crave, makes you want to have some lobster, huh? I know it does it for me. Okay, what else? What else do we have for our lobster festival? Well, we couldn't have a lobster festival without having a lobster. And this is the lobster that I brought. I actually have 2 of these, and they are precious. They are truly precious. And I have a friend who's very talented, and she hand crocheted several of these for me. And I sold a few in my booth, and I have 2 remaining. One is mine, not for sale. Sorry about that. But I have one that is for sale. And I'm going to just show you the detail. It's stuffed. Its fabric is soft, and it's a very realistic looking lobster with its tentacles and its claw and its little fin and even the striated back. Again, Wendy, thank you. I wish I was as talented as she is. You know, I would love to make these, but no, I have to depend on Wendy. So, again, I have one of those, and that is already in my eBay store, so check that out. Okay, we have a tile, mid-state, made in USA. And I have one of these at home. This one is a duplicate that I have for sale that I'm going to be putting into my eBay store. It comes with a little hang hook. I'll show you the back. Lobster and beer. Now, the only thing I never understood about this is I've seen lobsters in different colors, but I've never seen a black lobster. Have you? Anyway, that's a nice vintage wall tile. Okay. Oh, let's see. Well, no, I'm going to save that one. Another This is a vintage platter. It's like an hors d'oeuvre platter, appetizer platter, and it has the lobster, the crab, and fish. It's divided and it's got little dip spots, and I do not know who the maker is. There is some crazing on its back, but overall, no cracks, no chips, just fantastic. What would you put in there? What's your favorite seafood? You know, being from Maine, I love seafood. I love all seafood. I'd have to say my top 10. No, I won't do 10. I'll do my top 3. Lobster, soft shell crab meat, and, well, scallops, sea scallops, and steamer clams. I guess I told you 3. Well, like I said, I love all seafood. You know, I have family and friends who either lobster, scallop, go clamming in the mud flats. And I'm fortunate enough to be, where I live, it's easy access. It's funny because when we're in Texas for the winter, I'm around all those Angus beef, and beef is my thing down there. So let's show you some more things. This, if you don't like my ceramic or my crochet, then you might like something industrial. This is a block and tackle, iron and wood, double tackle actually. Now it has seen better days, and I will show you the emblem there. It says Lockport Block Company, made in USA. Again, it's missing a few things, and it is very worn on that side. Of course, one thing that'll never break is that hook. Overall, it's kind of heavy, so I brought that along. So I was starting to tell you that I have friends who are lobstermen and fishermen. They go out on their boats. I think by now they've all gone out and put their traps out. Top season for lobsters begins now. I have, and I'm going to have a separate episode on just my she shed, where I keep all my buoys. I do sell buoys in my eBay store. I climb the pile of discarded lobsterman stuff. I walk the shores. I'm fortunate to be right on the coast, so every spring when the temperatures get warm enough, I go walking the coast, and I find a lot of washed up buoys. This one has the stick. That is already in my eBay store. And this one has just the rope. And yes, one would say both are very weathered, very weathered. I also sell nautical rope, the boat rope, the lobster trap rope. And I will have a separate episode that I'll actually have in my she shed, because that's where I keep my buoys and my rope. Oh, my biggest seller, and I sell this year round. My source is here in Maine. I even take some bolts down to Texas where we winter, because people are always wanting want to buy from me this lobster fabric. I'll show you the end of that. Made in India. And it's a great print for tablecloths, aprons, placemats. And, you know, I always keep a stock, but I will admit that I have 30 yards now, so I shouldn't be running out anytime soon. But I had bought 15 yards when I first got back here from our winter in Texas. And I sold out a lot quicker than I anticipated. So I've been without lobster fabric for 2 weeks until I could get my stash. So I'm all restocked, and I sell this by the yard. And the more you buy, the more you save. I do offer quantity discounts. And when you do order the lobster fabric from me, it's one continuous cut. So if you get, obviously, if you get just 1 yard, then you get 1 yard. But if you get 10 yards, that was my last order. Somebody ordered 10 yards. Hey, that was one continuous. I made the cut at 10 yards. So I think I just have to check my list to make sure that I covered everything. You know, I have a lot of nice lobster themed items back home, and I may throw in a few little quick pictures of some of the decor that I have in my own home that's lobster themed. Of course, you know, you can't live on the coast in Maine and not have a little nautical in your home. So I believe I showed you about a dozen or so items. So I thank you, and I enjoy making these videos. Fridays I'm here in storage garage number 1, Tuesdays in storage garage number 2, and the next few episodes may have a bit of a nautical theme to it as we get into our summer months. I do ask that you give me a thumbs up if you're a new subscriber. Please hit that subscribe button. And most importantly, at the end of this month, I think about the 23rd-ish, I'm planning on doing another live. So I'll be doing a live here in this garage and also in my other garage. So if you subscribe, you'll get that notification. And I think that is it for today. Yeah, I thank you. And again, let me know in the comments if you've ever been to Maine and where you went, what you might have enjoyed most about Maine. My heart is here. I do enjoy my winters in Texas now. That's been something my husband and I have been doing for about 5 years, because I really don't miss falling. The snow and the ice, and I don't know, for some reason it was starting to hurt. But I just love this time of the year here in Maine. So I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you consider coming to Maine. And until we see each other again, enjoy.